what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Dimmitt Chevrolet in Clearwater, Florida. And guess what? I have that mid-size truck that Chevy not too long ago brought some pretty big changes. It's this truck right here. This is a 2025 Chevy Colorado. This particular one is a Z71, so it's got the off-road package and it's in a new color called Snowdrift. But before we get into this mid-size truck, let's talk about what's going on here. So when you look at the competition out there, it seems that certain brands have really pushed the limit of pricing. You look at that Toyota Tacoma, once you start adding up the trims, it could get up to the $60,000 range for a mid-size truck. What the Colorado Z71 brings, I really feel is a great value, but also bringing things like that off-road capability. Now, when they did the redesign, they brought a lot of changes to the interior and of course, changed the power plant. But what I want to find out is this the most affordable way to go for a mid-size truck? Why don't we go ahead, let's dive into our Z71 and find out. Right off the bat, the color, that Snowdrift metallic really fits the truck very well. I wouldn't have never thought a color like this would work, but especially on an overcast day, it works really well. Now at the front of the business, you're gonna see that great style. You have LED daytime running lamps, you have your LED headlights, a little bit of silver, some black, looks very sporty. Working our way down, you're getting LED fog lamps. I wish they would have made this a functional corner air curtain. So I'm gonna give it just a half a zonk, because as you can see, half is not functional, the other half is with the LED fog lamp. But the way that they sculpted the front end, they gave the Colorado a unique look to where it doesn't look just like a Silverado that's been thrown in the dryer and shrunk down to size. But the blue really works. Now, as we come across the front grille, you're gonna get that blacked out bow tie. Gloss black in the center, the rest is flat black. Love that Z71 badge. And then working our way down to ground level, you do have the two recovery tow hooks, bright red. And yes, that air dam is removable down below, but the face is what they got really right, especially with the gunmetal metallic gray painted lower bumper area. It's nice to see more than just gloss black. Now, the fascinating thing is that you do have a forward-facing camera, but the thing that makes me sad are the old-fashioned light bulbs. So I wish they would give us LED turn signals, especially on a Z71 trim. Let me know how you feel about that, but I still love the look of this mid-size truck. Now, as we rise up, bold hood. They give it a nice kind of bend and a valley in the center. Really gives it a lot of character. Even when you're behind the wheel, you could see all of that flex in the hood and it just looks great. Coming around the bend, what do we have on this particular Z71? You're gonna get these split spoke gloss black wheels, looking good with the Snowdrift color, 20-inch wheel. Tires are 255 on the width, 55 series sidewall, and we have those Bridgestone Dueler all-terrain tires. As the name says, Dueler, it does dual work. Good asphalt driving, but it's also gonna give you some decent off-roading, some light protection. These aren't rock crawling tires, so don't go out to Moab in the Devil's Triangle. You're probably gonna die. But if you're going to your favorite park to put the kayak in the water, this will do just fine. Everything is nicely painted, that wonderful Snowdrift color. And then the suspension, of course, Z71, you're gonna get special suspension dampers, all four corners. You have some gloss black on the mirror cap, nothing too crazy. 360-degree cameras. From the side, I like the proportions of the Colorado. I really feel like mid-size trucks, even though they've gotten bigger over the years, they really have a nice overall size dimension. Color matched on the door handles, nothing dangling down, so you don't have to worry about the dangly bits. And then when we get to the rear of the truck, the bed, love the way they put this flared fender. You could see the box frame and some of the suspension bits. Of course, we got our Z71 badge on the side. Even has the little notches for a pair of boots, some sneakers, even a clown shoe. If you're Ronald McDonald, you could get your clown shoe back there. And then when we get to the tail end of the business, great job on the tailgate. We gotta get rid of those light bulbs in there. So LED for the brake lights, just not for the turn signals. Chevrolet name stamped in nicely. And then when we drop down to ground level, you have your full tow hookup. You do have your spare mounted high underneath and metal bumpers on the back. Drop this bad boy. Is it soft? Yes, look at that. Soft, gentle release. We got our full bed liner, all of your tie down locations, and you got a home power source back here. And to wrap it up with the horn honking is you do have your storage underneath here that allows you to unlock and lock these things. Of course, you have all-weather storage protection back here. So nice that the honking stopped. I wonder what fool was honking the horn. And then you can lock it up. And then the best part, if you're trying to find out who's is biggest with your friends, you're measuring, you know, the fish that you catch, you do have a ruler on the back here. Really nice to have that measuring competition. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what kind of noise we can make on this Colorado. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. Kind of weird where they put the prop rod. Like if you're gonna have a prop rod, at least get it out of the way. So I am gonna zonk that particular prop rod. But what do we have underneath that engine cover in the engine compartment? So basically what you're looking at is not a V6. It's a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. But guess what? There's good news. Don't be sad. You actually get more horsepower and more torque. So what you're looking at is 300 horsepower from a 2.7 liter turbocharged inline 4, 430 pound-feet of torque. It's bolted to an 8-speed automatic transmission. The truck weighs 4,900 pounds, 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds. Top speed is governed to 100 miles per hour. And then when it comes to MPGs, you're actually looking at 17 in the city, 21 on the highway. And of course, the truck can tow. You're basically looking at, when it comes to towing capability, you're looking right around 5,000 pounds. Actually, 5,000 plus. You're looking at 7,600 pounds worth of towing capability. I don't know why I was thinking 5. I don't know. It's actually better. 7,600 pounds worth of towing. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire this up and see it move. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Snowdrift Metallic Colorado Z71. We got the 4x4. We got an interior that I think is going to surprise you. I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, cut to the chase. My time is money. How much is it? Very good question. MSRP for this one is right at $49,000. Let's see what you get when you go Colorado to the door panels. It's a little bit of a mixed bag. I gotta zonk the top of the door panel. I don't know why they put hard black plastic, especially in a Z71. I like the aluminum trim. And then you do get soft material in the middle. Kind of weird. Armrests are perfect with the red stitching. And then you got your Colorado Rocky Mountain oyster holder. You could easily put 5 of the finest Rocky Mountain oysters that you could get your mouth wrapped around. Put those in there, and then you have a large Yeti or Bigfoot bottle holder. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, that soft touch material, the stitching, a little bit of carbon flash metallic, but you're not going to get fingerprints on it, because why would you touch that? I like the way they have it soft on both sides of the center console with the stitching. Come on in, you got your Bose sound system up top with that center speaker. And then we have that 11.3-inch infotainment system screen, full touchscreen, full Google suite of apps, including the maps. And then everything else is very familiar to what you've seen before. You could go into your off-road. We got overlanding, terrain, Baja. Very cool to see the graphics, especially when you're doing those type of things. You could even air down while you are behind the wheel of this thing. Really, really cool to see that type of technology. And then, of course, the cameras out the yin-yang. The quality is beautiful. Really good resolution. On top of that, you're going to have your drive modes. Look at that. It's like a photo. It's like you're on Facebook. And here are the pictures on my Facebook page of me towing. Here's me off-roading in the middle of nowhere. Here's me on the road, sad. And then here I am doing the terrain. So cool the way they have the modes and nice graphics like that. Just makes it special. You have a real volume knob. You do have your AC controls analog with the rotary knobs for your dual climate. 3 stages of ventilated seats, 3 stages of heated seats. More of that nice stitching. You got your start-stop button. What's kind of cool is they have a toggle switch to put all 4 windows down with the tap of a button. And then you do have an auxiliary switch to put a winch or an air horn. USB-A, USB-C, wireless charging. This is going to control your 8-speed automatic. And you got the red stitching on the shift boot. Love the mode rotary knob button. Actually is also for your 4x4. 4 high, 4 low, 2 high. 2 cup holders. You got your black bow tie on the Chevrolet key fob with remote start. Soft touch material with stitching. Open it up. You got a nice little tray here for your honey roasted peanuts. Put those in your mouth. You got a 12 volt in here and enough room. You could easily put, I would say, 17 Sega Master System games. I used to like the Sega Master System. It was interesting because if you grew up in the 1980s, which I know Steven didn't, but I did, NES was more like for kids. And then as you got older, like Sega Master System was for the teenagers. It's kind of interesting how they did that. And then eventually the Sega Master System would be replaced by the Genesis and all the other different systems that come after that. But I really like the Sega Master System, especially the game Outrun, one of my favorite all-time games, period. Seats, soft material. Love the red stitching and some of the red accents. You do have manual adjustments for the passenger. I have electric assist, and this particular one does not have a sunroof. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel in this Colorado. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. Driver's side, you do have the power seat controls, and there's 2 memory seat settings. Seats are comfy, supportive. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room up front. Steering wheel is nice. Nice leather, the red stitching. It is a heated steering wheel. Love the way it's a nice, simple blacked out bow tie. It is a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then you have that beautiful 11-inch digital gauge cluster. I could scroll through a cornucopia of different information, a plethora. That is really cool, the way you could show all that off-road information all in one screen. They did it so smartly in this truck, it blows my mind. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the back seat because I want to take you for a spin in this Colorado. All right, guys, back seat time, and this is just a tough issue. I mean, in these mid-sized trucks, like the ones that are bolted to a box frame, like this one, there's just not a lot of room. Now, this is actually better than a Tacoma, but still, it's a little cramped. The good news is I got plenty of headroom. You got pockets. This is where you could put some flapjacks from IHOP. I think it's Pancake Month. Steven told me he went there, and it was like an all-you-can-eat pancake fest or something, so I don't go to IHOP. That's Steven. You do have a little command center, though. 2 cup holders, AC vents, USB-C, USB-A, and a home power source, so that's nice to see. I did have to, I'm not gonna tell a lie, I did have to move up the seat. I mean, I just did, because it's cramped if the seat is too far back. The good news is, you do have a nice padded, soft, 2 cup holders, center armrest, and I like the way they did the seats with the red accents. Plus, let's see if I can do this while I'm sitting in it. This is probably gonna be difficult, but you actually have storage underneath. Think about all of the pancakes Steven can put underneath there with the toppings. But why don't we go ahead, if you're ready, I'm definitely ready. Let's take Steven to IHOP to get him some nice flapjacks and to go on throttle in this Colorado. All right, guys, we're inside this 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Z71, and right away you're gonna love the interior in these Colorados. It was a long time coming, but since they've made those changes, really nice to see. Yes, gone is the V6, but this 4-cylinder turbo has plenty of oomph. Getting to the infotainment system is well within reach. And just how everything is laid out in here makes so much sense. The new color, Snowdrift blue, really has a nice pop to it. And even the way they did the interior with all the nice red stitching and whatnot, you're just gonna feel like you're not in a Colorado from the past, that's for sure. Going down the road, the 8-speed automatic does a great job of shifting. Visibility is awesome, whether you're looking out the front or the back. And just really a comfortable, smooth riding truck. Now don't get me wrong, it rides like a truck because of that steel box frame. It doesn't drive like a Honda Ridgeline, but I think still the way that the suspension is tuned, especially on the Z71, you're gonna have a comfortable riding experience even on asphalt terrain rather than just off-road terrain. Nice to have the 4x4 capability, and we're gonna go on throttle. You ready? On throttle, 8-speed drops down, we're off. Super smooth, plenty of torque, plenty of power. And even the way the truck handles, I mean, like I said, they did a fantastic job when it comes to how they worked on all the systems within the Colorado. You ready? We're gonna go on throttle. On throttle, here we go. Rear wheel drive, yeah! Just a capable mid-size off-roader that is well within reach. It's not a $60,000 truck, but yet you have a lot of great amenities. You have a lot of great features in here that really make it a very usable truck. A very comfortable truck. But I'm hoping that this has been a good, quick overall review of the Colorado. We're gonna get back to Dimmitt Chevrolet and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, another great day here at Dimmitt Chevrolet. Definitely got to thank Raheel and the rest of the crew for getting us access to this new color, Snowdrift Metallic. Let me know what you think about the color. Let me know what you think about the truck. Is this the way to go if you want to have some good options, but also affordability? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Reds family. Gotta get up to Stephen Flood. Sometimes he just creates a big blast of noise from the crowd that he brings whenever he shows up, especially from the ladies. So thank you, Stephen, for all the noise. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.